Right, let's get our first live session on for 2023 now. And joining us in our live studio, BBC Radio Lincolnshire, musician, introduce yourself.
Hello, I am Rhys Turner from the Winslows. We're a band from Lincoln.
Now, Rhys, the Winslows have been one of those bands that have been putting out some great music last year in 2022. In fact, it was towards the end of 2022 you marked your 1 year anniversary, wasn't it?
Yeah, not long ago actually. We haven't been running for that long in comparison to other bands in Lincoln, but I think we're doing all right for ourselves considering how little we've, been together.
So I imagine at this point, if I asked you how the Winslows came about, it's still quite fresh in your mind.
Yeah, it was. We all met at college. That's about it, really. It was kind of. I was the drummer originally for. We used to have three guitarists. It was our friend Ewan, but he's gone to focus on other things now. But I was the drummer, and then I started playing guitar and bringing some songs in. So we needed a drummer, so I brought my mate Joe in, and that's just pretty much how it's been ever since, really.
And do you remember that feeling when you first started performing in the lineup, in the setup that you've got now, and did it just click? Yeah,
definitely. I mean, if we look back on it now, it probably didn't sound like it clicked too much, but it definitely does now. We still get that feeling's not gone, and hopefully it won't go for at least another 15, 20 years,
Fingers crossed.
Yeah, fingers crossed.
2022, the first full year that you were together as a band, you achieved some incredible things. What were your favourite moments of 2022 as the Winslows?
I'd probably say the initial reaction to the first single was really, really good, because the first couple of gigs we were doing, it was mainly just covers, really. And then the last song we'd play in the set would be the original. And people always just said that we should write more and more originals, and then when we finally released that, just people loved it. We kept getting comparisons to other bands and stuff, which is great, but I feel like we've come into our own a bit now, our own sound.
It must be quite tricky when you're performing so many covers to then throw your original out, because it's songs that people know and love, they know all the words to. There's a risk when you throw your original out. If they don't love it, then it might leave a sour taste in their mouth. So it must be great when you're performing those sets for them to be loving the originals more than the covers sometimes.
Yeah, it really is good, especially now, because we the relatively big following we've got is it's good when they know the songs, especially when we play live, and people are singing your own words back to you. It is weird because when you're on there playing your own songs on stage, it's like you're basically naked. I know you're not physically, but and like people are singing things that you've written down in your bedroom. They're singing it back to you. It's a bit unreal, to be honest, but hopefully one day stadiums will be singing it back to me, hopefully.
Well, you say you're naked when you're on stage, but it must be the realisation that when you're first performing your originals, they don't have to sing along. They don't have to be as they don't have to enjoy it as much as they are. It's a real risk when you first do it.
Yeah, it's really nice actually. I think it was a shock the first time, because when that first single came out, I don't think we had a gig for about a month and a half, maybe 2 months, and then we did our gig and we played that song, and that was the first time people were singing it back. And there's certain lines in the song where people just shout it back to you. It just feels right in the moment. It feels like it should have been like that all along.
So you're talking about that gig, you're talking about people singing your words back. Do you have a favourite gig of 2022?
Probably the biggest one we've done, which was at the Drill Hall supporting the Rails. That was nice, sheerly on just the capacity of people that were there. We've never played to a gig that big, and it was really professional, just everything about it. There was lighting people and PA people and stuff, and it was really nice. It was nice to be treated with a bit of respect, in a venue.
And a real Lincoln loving as well on that lineup, supporting the Rills, who are doing incredibly well at the moment. Yeah. It must be great to be able to get on the stage with so many local musicians that are doing incredibly well in the Lincoln music scene at the moment. Yeah,
it was lovely. I mean, you always get especially in like a relatively small music scene that Lincoln has. You're always going to get comparisons to, the bigger act, and obviously they're the biggest to come out of Lincoln. So it's nice to just be sharing a stage with someone with that amount of respect,
Now we're going to get a couple of songs acoustically from you today. We'll look ahead to this year in a moment, but let's get some music out of you. So which song are you going to kick off with first?
This song's called Walk Towards the Sun. We released it as a demo last year, but hopefully an official single will be coming relatively soon.
Just stop trying, but your heart, it seems to be the only place that I can't hide. Tried to run away, but I don't know how to, 'cause living in this moment brings me close enough to you. So I walk towards the sun, let the flame burn higher, 'cause there's no smoke without a fire. Yeah, I'll walk towards the sun. I know that I can make you, yeah, I know that I can make you stay. Try to reason and justify, getting caught up in the winds of truth, but stuck in the sea of lies. Tried to swim away, but I don't know how to, 'cause sinking in this moment brings me close enough to you. So I walk towards the sun, let the flame burn higher, 'cause there's no smoke without a fire. Yeah, I'll walk towards the sun. I know that I can't take you, yeah, I know that I can't make you stay. Towards the sun, I know that I can make you, yeah, I know that I can make you stay. So I walk towards the sun, let the flame burn higher, 'cause there's no smoke without a fire. Yeah, know that I can't make you stay. Know that I can't make you stay.
I'm Rhys from the Winslows, and this song is called Make It to the Morning.
Her eyes were going, and the lines were showing, and her legs were going one by one as she fell to the floor yet again. And the lights were flashing, and her mind were crashing. There were people passing out in her house all over. By the end, and I don't know how you got through this evening. Wonder how you'll make it through tonight. Might not ever make it to the morning. We might not make it out of here alive. There was music blaring, everyone was cheering, couldn't care less what clothes she was wearing. Oh, she was a mess. Then the room got frightening, 'cause the sound of lightning rang through her mind like a mildly exciting pop song, I guess. And I don't know how you got through this evening. Wonder how you'll make it through tonight. Might not ever make it to the morning. We might not make it out of here alive. Oh no. I don't know how you got through this evening. Wonder how you'll make it through tonight. We might not ever make it to the morning. We might not make it out of here alive.
An acoustic session from the Winslows on BBC introducing in Lincolnshire this week. Remind us, what was that last song called?
That last song was called Make It to the Morning. It was our first single, but I thought I'd jazz it up a bit for the acoustic.
Well, we're really appreciating that. Is acoustic performing these songs... Is an acoustic performance of these songs something that you're usually doing, or is this something you're doing specially for us?
I mean, we've done it a couple more times than we thought we would. In a couple different venues. I mean, it really depends on the atmosphere, you know, because sometimes if you're playing a gig and it's a bit more intimate than, you know, headbanging indie music, you know, you just want to whack out an acoustic guitar. You know, we've been doing it a lot more than we thought we would be.
So we talked a lot about 2022, your first full year as the Winslows. Now we're in 2023. What are you hoping to achieve this year? What are your goals musically?
Probably a couple more singles. We've been going to a local studio to record the singles, but we've started experimenting, you know, in our home studios and things like that. So hopefully there'll be a lot more material coming out more fluently, more regularly, and just writing good songs. I mean, the bigger the venues get, the more experience I'm getting as a songwriter as to what people enjoy and as to what I enjoy playing. You know, more importantly. But yeah, just to kind of, there's always room for improvement as a band, you know, how you play and how you play to other people and how you approach the crowd and things like that. So just, you know, a year's good for experience.
And I guess now that you've had those experiences of those bigger gig venues, you must be writing sometimes, you know, just at home, and you go, that is going to sound incredible. The crowd are going to absolutely love that when we play that at this sort of venue.
Yeah, that's the thing though, is that, you know, you can sit in your bedroom and think, oh, that sounds mint, I love that, I can't wait to play that. And then you bring it to a band and then it just doesn't sound how you want it in your head, you know. And obviously there's room for improvement in everything, but I quite like having the initial, if a song's good, it can go through anything, you know, whether you've got rubbish musicians playing it or great musicians playing it, you know, if it sounds good, it's a good song, you know what I mean? I'm trying to perfect my craft really, but I'm not quite there yet.
And we're talking about those gig venues. Have we got anything in the horizon for the near future?
Yeah, mid-January we're performing at the platform, just in the room above the engine shed. That should be good. If you're looking for any further details, go check the Instagram out.
It's a really great venue, that, isn't it? A really nice size. You can pack quite a few people in there, and it feels really intimate, but quite big at the same time. And you know, you can have plenty of people singing along to all your songs.
Yeah, I mean, I'm obsessed with just playing to people who are right in front of me. You know, that was the one thing about playing at the drill hall, is that obviously there's loads of people there, but you know, there's quite a distance. Oh wait, you know, if it feels like, you know, you're on the stage, you're the performer being watched by these people, you know. I mean, obviously, we are, but I like the idea of being, floor level and just kind of being able to look at someone in the face. It's great. I love the more intimate gigs.
So if we want to keep up with what you're up to, where's the best place to keep an eye on you? Where's the best place on socials that you post all your stuff on?
The Instagram, definitely, at the Winslows Music. That's where that's our hub. We pretty much put everything there. We've got a Facebook, I think a Twitter, maybe, possibly. But
so just stick on the Instagram, because that's the one you actually put stuff on.
Stick on the Instagram. That's the one that I keep eyes on.
Rhys, it's been great to have you in today. From the Winslows, we're going to get one more song out of you today. Which song are you going to perform for us on BBC Introducing in Lincolnshire?
I'm going to do a song called Girls You Shouldn't.
I should act my age. You read me, but you're on the wrong page. You said that I give you the ick, and the thought of me, well, it makes you feel sick. But that's okay. That's the problem with girls you shouldn't. That's the problem with things you've done. That's the problem with girls you shouldn't. That's the problem with girls you just shouldn't. Tried so hard to right my wrongs. I bought you drinks and I sang you songs. I guess it's ended before the start. I guess it was love tore us apart. It tore us apart. That's the problem with girls you shouldn't. That's the problem with things you've done. That's the problem with girls you shouldn't. That's the problem with girls you just shouldn't. That's the problem with girls you shouldn't. That's the problem with things you've done. That's the problem with girls you shouldn't. That's the problem with girls you just shouldn't.
The final song in session for BBC Introducing in Lincolnshire from the Winslows. That's Girls You Shouldn't on BBC Radio Lincolnshire. Thanks to Rhys from the Winslows for popping into the studio to record a few songs for us. Our first live session of 2023. And if you love the sound of them, their next gig is at the platform of the Engine Shed. And next Friday, the 13th of January, as part of Bandbreaker. It's a great lineup. The Winslows on there, LA Sunday, Mosquito, and headlined by a band supported by BBC Introducing in West Yorkshire by Emily Pilbeam, Fizzy Blood. So it's going to be a great rock lineup of musicians from from Lincolnshire and a little further afield as well, Band Breaker, which is next Friday. We'll talk a little bit more about that later on in the show. It's George Smith with you on BBC Radio Lincolnshire for 2 hours of the best Lincolnshire music sent in to bbc.co.uk/introducing.
At Waterloo Road, our standards of education are exempt.
No, in our school, the real lessons